social workers. And I was asked to come here today to share my experience from the recent trip to Cairo for the Gaza Freedom March.
So when was that now?
That was December 27th. It was to coordinate, it was in commemoration of the 1-year anniversary of the 22-day assault on Gaza by Israel. So we had gone there for to actually get into Gaza to march with the people of Gaza.
How many people showed up there?
There was 1,400 internationals from 43 different countries.
I thought Gaza was all over.
No, absolutely not.
The media is all gone.
Yeah, and that was part of why this was so important, was to show the people of Gaza and the Palestinians that they haven't been forgot, that just because the 22-day assault had ended, that there's people who still know the siege is still ongoing.
So what's going on there? What's the people?
As of right now, their freedom of travel has been completely limited. They depend on Israel to let them in and out. They can't get resources in there. If you were to go in, it's
not as bad, but I mean, no earthquake, but it was self-destruct.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the difference here. I mean, it's absolutely terrible what's happened in Haiti, but that was when Egypt had announced that they were actually building the wall that's going to go underground to block off the tunnel industry. So they're going to be completely suffocated at this point, because any of the resources that we're able to get in there is going to be totally blocked off.
Isn't there kids starving there?
Absolutely, kids are starving, food's not getting in, and what they talk about too is the psychological effects that this has had on the children. The fact that you know, every day that goes by, the damage to them is, I mean,
is Israel that strong?
Israel's that strong, U.S. is that strong, even our own government is complacent and is a part of what's happening there. So they don't want people to know. They're allowing it to happen, and there's too many people, it seems, that are turning a blind eye to it, and that's why it's important that events like this go on, to actually keep the message out that just because the 22 days...
Seconds of fame, 50 minutes of fame, Plumbing Joe.
Who?
Plumbing Joe, Obama there.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? Remember? That guy that got his 50 minutes of fame? Plumbing Joe. Plumber Joe or something.
Plumber Joe or something.
Something like that. And he was going to go there and educate the public. So,
oh, no, I didn't know.
No, then sorry. See, this is a different kind of interview. That's why I'm just a blogger, not an urban journalist. So the bottom line is to educate the public on that this is still going on.
It's still ongoing, and as each day passes, what's happening to the people in Palestine and Gaza is getting worse, is what is happening, and that it's time now that people stop being complacent in this. Because our own government have a hand in this. That we have to say, no, Canada's not going to be a part of a genocide of the Palestinians.
Thank you very much. It is cold.
It's cold.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.